ABV, original gravity, Simcoe hops, head retention, lacing. Those names might not mean too much to you now, but you're going to know them even more as we go through another round of Brewsday Tuesday. Here's Drez and Big Nate.
Hey,
Hey, I got launch.
that was a much better round on that one. It is Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Southern Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. Where these beers came from, I do believe they probably still have some bourbon counties down there. If you go check them out, I highly recommend you give them a shot. No pun intended there. I actually hit the jam right behind you there. That lovely fellow painting behind you. And if you are watching on Facebook Live and on YouTube, you may have noticed. I've been using the sifter, and I just realized maybe it might have been being thrown off with the sifter glass, but I forgot to take a picture of that last beer. So I might need to take a picture of your coffee one, because unlike normal Brewsday Tuesdays, where when we play the song between our rounds, we switch beers and drink the other half. We figured that was probably a bad idea to try and chug half of these ones. So I actually still haven't tried the original one yet. So I'll be able to get that photo for the Untapped, which we didn't do the Untapped spiel. I feel like this show is going to go off the rails because these beers are big and delicious. And, we'll see where we go. Goose Island, of course, they have their Bourbon County series, which is what we are drinking. I just popped. Again, these are all 2022. This one is the Brand Biscotti Stout. So it's a stout aged in bourbon barrels with cocoa nibs, toasted almonds, anise seed,
A-N-I-S-E, anise.
Anise.
That's like the primary flavoring
and
absinthe.
Oh, okay.
Tastes like anise.
Oh, well, that gets me gets me a little worried. I'm not a big absinthe guy.
I'm not either.
So you're getting the better end of this deal. So this is
it's going to be faint.
14.3%. So the biggest one yet. Or no, yours was 14.3, the first one. But just like the last one I had with the coffee, I guess with these adjuncts, they only want you to let it sit in the bottle for 2 years. So the drink by August 19th of 24, and we'll make sure that it gets drank before then. No doubt.
We'll handle it.
Absolutely.
So I've got the Bourbon County Brand Sir Isaac Stout, which honestly, if a s'more were to ever go wrong, this is it. It's stout aged in bourbon barrels.
It doesn't say that.
It doesn't. I'm ad-libbing.
Why would it go wrong? If anything, it's going to go fantastic.
Okay, figs, graham crackers, and natural flavor. So you've got your notes of vanilla, which is like primary flavoring, the marshmallows.
Yeah.
Dried fruit, honey. Actually, you know what? You are right, because a s'more with like strawberries would be good, but dried fruit, honey, brown sugar, and lime zest.
I'm not speaking that language. Strawberries? I don't like strawberries.
Yeah. Lime zest in a stout, though.
Okay. All right.
So
pour it and taste it.
This is my lowest hope, but the first round was so good.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I have faith. We're gonna give it a shot.
Look at that. Suspected spam calling me. Is this out of hand for everyone else? I get about 3 to 5 of these a day now.
Okay, so you need a call protector app. I don't know who your carrier is.
Verizon.
They provide those. And
I don't know. I
don't even see them anymore.
Really?
It is absolutely out of hand. Like sometimes I'll just, for kicks and giggles, go ahead and check.
I do too.
And then it's like 30 missed calls today, all potential spam.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant sometimes you actually pick up in case it's not spam. Because I've seen it say suspected spam, and it's actually like legit.
if it makes it through, I do answer, and I'm like, who's this? Yeah, lose this number. And then I did that once recently on the wife's phone and got in trouble. She's like, yeah, that was my nose doctor. Oh, okay. Well, they should list their number.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, it drives me crazy. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. You were saying something else about the beer.
13.9% ABV.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
2 years.
All right. So it does. It actually averages out to like 14%. These beers that we're drinking. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super familiar with biscotti. In fact, I Googled it because I'm like, what is it? What is biscotti again? I guess it's like a bread with stuff in it. I don't I don't I don't eat it. And honestly, I'm sure it'll grow on me, but this first sip not as enjoyable as that last round with the coffee. I'll just say it because that definitely that whatever you said the absent thing is the anise that jumped right out at me. So fair warning that this one might not be everyone's cup of tea.
All right. Well, we'll see. I don't hate figs. I don't hate brown sugar. Don't hate lime zest. We'll see how they go together.
Yeah. So Bourbon County beers is what we're drinking here. You actually asked me off air. I'll go ahead and tell you. You said, what are we doing next week? Next week, and maybe, the week after probably. So this past weekend, I was in Richmond, and we all know what breweries are in Richmond. So yes, I did bring back some Avail show that we will enjoy, and a show from another brewery that is coming after the Vale's crown. I mean, I'd say to me, the Vale is, I always say, not only the best, my favorite brewery in the state of Virginia, might be my favorite brewery of all time. That is up for debate now. Someone's coming after the crown, and we'll obviously delve into that, but
we should get a bracket together.
You might be right. So, but I brought a Vale show and another show from another brewery in Richmond that I had not been to before. But man, I was impressed.
I'm intrigued.
Granted, I went there after the Vale, so I was feeling pretty good, but still
very generous. Turns out they all taste like hot garbage.
Well, that's
you
why
ever
we got
licked
the
a penny?
beers. That's why we have them to drink on the show to really give it an idea. But so yeah, I'm looking forward to doing those because that'll be interesting. But yeah, spent a lot of money on beer this past weekend, man. But
that's a good weekend.
Yeah, and my fridge is looking very good right now. So I'm stocked, no doubt about it.
So what exactly did you do over the weekend other than go to breweries?
Run a lot.
Yeah.
Like always.
How'd that go?
Fine. So for those that don't know, I'm training for a marathon. Me and BB are going to be running a marathon in May. You might not hear me on the air for a good little stretch because it's going to be in Europe. We're going to Berlin for a few days, and then we're going to Czech Republic to Prague for the marathon. Still, it's Europe.
Is it?
Eastern Europe, yeah.
I'm terrible at geography. That's literally.
Where did you think
I
Czech
could
Republic
see you
was?
looking at me like, the hell's he trying to figure out? I honestly, Russia.
Well, Czech Republic is, I think
Czechoslovakia. There was USSR, and then I think that's where I kind of trailed off.
Then
was
it's
like
whatever. I guess
90s.
they maybe used to be part of the USSR, but now it's its own thing.
Okay.
So yeah, and I remember Russia is part of Europe as well. Europe and Asia. They're so big that they're
Eurasia.
They're both. Yeah.
All right.
Both. But so yeah,
geography again, not my thing.
Getting back to it, we are training for a marathon. So yeah, we did a park run in Richmond. Finally, did the deep run, park run, and then ran 10 miles on the Capitol Trail. Is what we were doing over the weekend. So it was cool and it was awesome. And another thing, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could mention it and share a link or something, but I guess I should bring it up because we started it, and I do got to thank you. But we're doing this run, and we're raising money for MS, the MS Society, to try and combat MS. That's something that both affects me and my wife and our families and stuff. And so I want to thank you because I did see you guys contributed. Appreciate that. And it was just over 24 hours. We already hit our goal. Maybe we set our goal too low, apparently, but we already raised over $1,000, which was awesome. So thank you to everybody that donated, and to you guys as well. And Yeah, I guess I'll post it on. I'll post it on a link on our Facebook in case anybody else, yeah, anybody listening wants to help. You know, MS is it definitely sucks, and so that's something that we wanted to try and do. Since we're doing something like this, we figure we could try and raise some money. And BB's work is matching the donation, so it's like
Yeah.
doubling down, which
Yeah,
is nice.
exactly. And I'm always proud to help where I can because these are things that kind of get underserved and not necessarily recognized as much as they should. And the fact that was what really sold me was that her work was matching.
That's
I was like, okay, we've got to hit this goal.
Yeah,
Let's go
I mean,
for it.
Once you hear that, it's just like, well, my money goes twice as far,
Yeah,
and then it makes
like,
you really.
we're gonna
wanna-
double up.
So yeah, so I really appreciate that, and it was a lot of fun, and it was just overwhelming and amazing that, I mean, no joke, within 24 hours we pretty much hit our goal, and I think by the end of the next day we had already hit our goal, which was phenomenal. And again, it makes you feel like we set the goal. We need to move the goal up to $5,000 or something. 'Cause we still got a couple months, but
And now you've got to go run,
yeah,
and it's gonna be warm. And from what I understand, you guys aren't used to running in the warm, so like
well, that's the thing. We've
full
been training-
jackets.
Yeah,
Run next.
yeah. Oh well. Oh man, if we want to talk about running, so to this day, I mean, we're gonna top it, or maybe do the same this weekend. But weekend before last, it was the longest run I've ever done. It was 17 miles on the Creeper Trail. We went down to Damascus, and the nice thing about that was we got a shuttle up to the top, White Top. So it was all slightly downhill. That being said, it was raining and it was cold, and we were both underdressed. So that run was brutal in that regard. I mean, we did it. We beat our pace goal and everything. But I'm not kidding you when I said that, and I forgot I didn't bring gloves.
Yeah.
I was wearing one layer. I had a long sleeve like running shirt on my top, but it was like 40, low 40s and raining. And we were obviously elevated. And we stopped at one point to like stretch a bit and drink some water. And we got these like energy beans, like kind of like jelly beans that are supposed to. And my hands, I couldn't even open the little Ziploc bag because my hands were so cold and frozen. I actually had her drive home once we got to the car because I just couldn't grip. They were so cold. And like, honestly, I imagine that's what my dad's hands feel like with MS, because he always talks about like, you can't really grip well and you don't have the strength. Like I felt like that's what I imagine it was like. You just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but we did it, man. And yeah, we're doing these long ass runs now. Pretty crazy. Because if we meet our goal come marathon day, we're trying to do it at a 9:30 pace, so that's running a sub 10-minute mile for just shy of 4.5 hours. Could you imagine running for 4.5 hours straight?
No. Nor do I want to.
That's what we're planning to do. So if you want to donate, and
it's a good cause.
It's a good cause, and it's crazy that we're doing it. Now, the more I think about it, once I thought of it that way, man, we're going to be running for 4.5 hours straight. That's mind-boggling.
To me, mentally, like the barrier would be like overcome by the fact that like this is completely new territory. You've never been to Prague.
No, well, that's the other reason why we wanted
like
to do
that's
Prague.
Cool as hell.
Super cool. Like I had that Tetris machine. That's just what I envisioned Prague's going to look like, because that's like Russian and stuff. It's got I want the big domes on the top of the buildings and stuff. But yeah, we actually just booked our hotel. We're going to be staying like right near the start of the race and kind of right near like, I guess, just downtown and everything. It should be really, really cool. And I'm starting to look. I think we're maybe going to go see maybe like a Czech rock band. I want to go over there and see if I can find like, some live music just to really just to take in the vibe and the culture over there. It's going to be really cool.
I'm thrilled for you guys. And do you know what their beer scene's like though?
We'll find out. I'm going to find out. I'm not going to go over there and not drink their beer and see what's up. I mean, as I've talked about, well, I guess I didn't bring Scottish beers. Did I bring any Scottish beers from this last trip?
No, we
No.
had Scotch,
Scotch, yeah.
which is way better.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you're bringing back like Czech vodka, it's okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, you might be right. That might be what I should look for. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I feel like Europe, I feel like they're not really into the craft beer thing yet. At least not in Scotland. I mean, we are going to go to Berlin for a few days beforehand, and obviously, they're
Well-
known for their lagers or Marzens, I guess. But it'll be interesting to see the different beer scenes because it'll be a win in Rome situation. I think that was my problem when I go to Scotland. I keep wanting the big IPAs that I love and I've come to appreciate around here, but that's not really what they're known
That's
for
not
or
their
what they
specialty.
do over there. They might try, IPAs, but it's different and it's not what you're used to. I think when you go somewhere, it's like I said, a win in Rome thing, Yeah, vodka is probably what I'll be trying over there. You're going to want to drink what they're known for and what they're good at. Scotch is the superior beverage when you're going to Scotland for sure. So either way, I'll definitely try and see if I can hit up a brewery or whatever and figure that out. There's going to be no shortage of beer drank. I mean, you got a carb load before the race. That's one of
You
us.
got to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-preparation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so we have digressed, but I feel like it was
Without
important
question.
that we did and that we talked about that. I'm a big fan.
We're getting back to the beer. I think that's
Yeah.
a good idea. I am a big fan of the Bergen County Goose Island. I think it's probably safe for me to say that this is going to be my least favorite of the batch. If I had known that the what did you say? it was?
Anise.
Anise was what they use for absinthe, which makes sense. It's kind of got there because I'm not a fan of absinthe. I'm not a fan of licorice. I don't like that flavor, and it is certainly represented and noticeable in this. That being said, it's still a nice hearty ABV, an easy drinker, but definitely not a 5 when you compare it to those last ones. Maybe if I had this one first, I don't know, but I'd say this one's probably I'm going to give it a 4.25. I got a feeling this is going to be my least favorite of any of the Goose counties. I guess I'm going to stay away from biscottis anytime that comes around. I now know that is not my is it a dessert? I still don't even know what it is, but I don't want to know.
Usually accompanies coffee. If
I
I
don't
had
drink
seen
coffee.
the anise on there, I would have saved you.
I think you're going to like it. I hope you'll like it.
I-
Because do you like licorice? I know you like gummies and
It's
those
not my
kind of
favorite,
candies.
but candy's candy.
Okay. Candy is dandy. That's I give it a 4.25 on the untapped scale, which is how we like to rate our beers. If you want to go ahead and front us on there, it's a handy dandy beer app you can download to your device. Drez Drinks is my handle. Big Nate Danger across from me. How you feeling with your graham cracker? I feel like that one could be the winner of the bunch, but I don't want to speak out of turn.
I will go ahead and spoiler alert, give it a 5.
Is it delicious?
It's delicious. It harkens back to Fig Newtons from when I was a child. I love Fig Newtons. Don't eat them enough. And the problem I always ran into with Fig Newtons is sometimes you'd find the occasional seed. There's no seeds here, just beer.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets you drunk. It's delicious. 5.
And what was the ABV on that one?
13.9.
Yeah, that's because that's the other thing I look for with a stout. If it's bourbon, great. Or if it's a dessert type stout, great. That's the best of both worlds there.
And I'm just now realizing what they were doing with the brand Sir Isaac Stout. Isaac Newton, Fig Newton.
Yeah.
Damn it.
They can't call it a Fig Newton. So that's, yeah. Sorry, I should have pointed that out. I remember Mikey talking to me about that.
Took me
About how they can't call it a Fig
like what,
Fig
20
Newton
minutes
stout.
to figure it out.
But yeah, they basically, that's what they were going for there. So fantastic. Definitely get down there to the cellar and try it. I mean, results may vary, palates change, and everybody's got their own flavor. But I would say the biscotti is definitely the one that's maybe a little slightly. But if you're going to do it, Give it a try. Might as well. Go big or go home, right? All right, that's a wrap on Brewsday Tuesday. I think next week we might just need to go for the veil since I already let the cat out of the bag, and those beers, we're gonna want to drink them. So, all right, that's a wrap on Brewsday. In fact, I think I'm done because
Good night.
not surprisingly, when it comes to these big beers, we ramble even more. So I think that's a wrap for me too. I'll be back. We'll be back next week. Brewsday Tuesday, all that good stuff. Oh no, wait. Oh, I just remembered. Let's go.
No.
Yeah. So with Tech basketball,
Barring ACC tournament.
well, no. I'm talking about tonight because Tech basketball's tonight. I told JT that I would hang tight and go right up to basketball. So I still got another hour and a half.
We'll do it together.
All right. Well, shoot. We got these beers. Why not? All right. So I'm not wrapping it up. I'm going to keep continuing, and it'll be an interesting rest of my show. No doubt about it, because we got some more Bourbon County. So either way, it's time to take a quick break. We'll get back with the tunes. No doubt about it right here on 105.3 The Bear. So stick around.